All right, brothers. Shalom. Coming to you with a show, and we definitely have to address the issue with this guy Izar. This guy just bugged out of his goddamn mind. One day this dude was cool with the camp and with everybody, and then another day this guy talks about that he's gonna leave and go start his own thing. So he supposedly left and went to go start his own thing, but then at the end of the night, he came to the main camp at the end of the night. And pretty much this whole situation with this guy basically, he hates authority. And he definitely had a problem with one of the brothers in the camp that's younger than him, that's over him in the spirit. Because, I mean, you guys, you scoffers, I mean, you don't know shit because you weren't here on the inside. You don't know nothing that was going on. Izar and the other two guys who had left with him couldn't pass a basic test. The test was on the 12 tribes. Name the 12 tribes, write the name in the Hebrew, and what the name means. And that's a simple and a basic test. And them brothers been around here for years, at least 4 years plus. So that's something basic that they should know how to break down and how to go into real easy. And they couldn't pass a basic test like that. But now this guy is sitting up there and he's doing videos talking about why we left GMS or Gabar get a job. He got another video called Double-Minded to Heart. He's just sitting up there talking shit and slandering, and he's fucking lying. He's lying through his goddamn teeth. But let's read this first scripture.
This is 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
And we in that time right now. It said in the last days perilous times shall come. Go ahead.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud.
And that's you. You're a boaster and you're proud. Now in one video you was talking all this tough guy shit, that you like you want to fight with brothers. There was the carnal shit. When you was in the camp, there was never no instance in the camp of brothers getting into an argument where brothers are gonna knuckle up and fight. And another thing, in that one of them videos, you was talking about Elder Rakah, talking about that you was talking with this guy Baloo on some little video Baloo did, and you was I guess talking to him on the phone. He asked you, did any of those brothers say that Elder Rakah was difficult to deal with? And you was like, nah, I can't say nothing bad about the brother.
Speaking of not getting along with anybody, what's been your relationship or the brothers that left relationship or any brother's relationship with the brother Rakah? Because a brother came down to my camp and he said that this brother had left the camp, then was with us for a little while and trying to get himself together, then went back to the camp GMS because they kept running the fear tactics on him, the missiles. Fire, you're going to be destroyed. So he went back to GMS. Then he left the camp again. So he's been on the comment board, a lot and going at it with them. But he claims that Ricard is pretty hard to deal with the brother or get along with the brother. And a lot of the younger men, they can't deal with the brother.
Ricard. I can't say he ever said or did anything bad toward me.
Right.
But actually, there was one incident with Ricard, and I always watched him.
Right.
But overall, as of late, he's been cool or whatever the case may be. I can't say nothing bad about the brother, So whatever he did in the past, I forgive him.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. I did feel like that about Ricard. A couple of times, I'm not gonna front. A couple of times I've been in camp, and I repented, sent up prayers, but I was mad enough to get carnal for a second with Ricard. Like, listen, man.
Right.
That intimidation, I'm not one of these little groupies, man. That intimidation game that you play with these brothers, trying to act like you want to take your jacket off every time somebody gets under your skin, that's not going to work with me, man.
Right.
One time there was a situation, brothers lost their cool or whatever, and he's sitting down, he's just going into his rage. He just went into this berserker rage.
Right.
He keeps staring at me. There's spots in the camp. Basically, is there anybody in the camp who is not kissing my ass? That's what I got out of it.
Right.
If you don't kiss their ass, you're a spy.
Right.
Or a spy or whatever. Now I'm a dude that I'm a brother that reads the Bible and fears the Lord, and fears the Most High and His Son.
Right.
Okay, that's straight like that. And again, I forgive that brother for that, but that's the only situation I seen him lose his cool a couple of times. So I do think he needs to chill with his temper. He got a temper, and I can picture, I can imagine, like I've heard you say, yeah, a lot of the younger brothers don't like him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say, yeah, I agree with that. Right. I agree with that, 100%.
And you was like, nah, I can't say nothing bad about the brother because you was cool with Elder Rakai. And I was standing right there, and I heard the conversations you had with him and everything. One week you would come and show him something about black garlic that is better than the regular garlic. It helps with certain things. It's stronger than the regular garlic. You brought some down and actually gave it to the brother. You would come down and you would bring herbs to the camp and give them to the brother and tell the brother about certain herbs. So the brother was cool with you. It was pretty much a cool spirit.
So we thought.
And also we thought. Then Elder Tahar, you would always be over there off to the side, speaking with Elder Tahar, whether y'all was talking about some MMA shit or some boxing shit, or you was talking about certain herbs to help build your body up, when you're doing your MMA thing or whatever the hell the case may be. And you over there sitting with the brother, talking all buddy with the brother, with Elder Tahar and Elder Rakai. Now you doing videos talking shit against these men. Now you calling the brother ass kisser. You calling Elder Gabar ass kisser. You calling the brother a bum. First of all, you don't know a motherfucking thing about Elder Gabar. You don't know a goddamn thing about Elder Rakai. And you don't know shit about Elder Tahar. And you sitting there talking shit about these men. And the scriptures tell you in Peter's, and man, you better be careful when you speak against dignities, man. In what is it, 2 Peter's? As a matter of fact, hold that. Get for me get 2 Peter's and start at the first verse. And we're gonna read down.
2 Peter's
2 and 1.
2 and 1. But there be false prophets also among the people,
Which is talking about you. Now you sitting up there acting like you're a prophet. Some people might be looking at you as a prophet now. You talking shit about the actual prophets of the Most High. There'll be false prophets out there. That nigga Baloo, he's a false prophet.
faggot.
And a faggot. As big as that nigga is like the size of the Empire State Building as far as his stature. His height and his stature. But that dude has a spirit like a fucking mouse, man. An effeminate spirit. Go ahead, brother.
But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you.
And false teachers, and you're a false teacher, Izar. If you got anything to say, brother, say whatever comes up.
Yeah, the Lord was prophesying that there was false prophets back then among them, and He said, even as there shall be false prophets among you. False prophets lying, meaning you're gonna lie, you're gonna bear false witness against the true prophets of the Lord.
Which is what you've been doing on your little videos that you made. Because when you guys decided that you were gonna leave and go on your own, we were like, okay, all right, go on your own. There wasn't no brothers that was making no videos and was gonna do anything against you. We were like, okay, you guys left, you went on your own. All right, we'll see what you guys are gonna do on your own, and that's it. That's pretty much what it was. And then you came and did a video. Look, before all the videos start coming this and that, I'm just gonna say this. Now, the two men who supposedly left with you, I spoke with one of them last Saturday. He called me, actually, on the phone and saying to me that him and the other brother, which is your cousin, by the way, they wasn't with that shit that you did. With that video you put up, this was last week, Friday. They wasn't with that shit. That's what he said.
Which they should make a video of.
And which them two guys, Ayash and Malakba, should make a video and clear in the air about this shit with you. Because they left with you. And now they called saying that they wasn't with that whole situation with you doing the video, that they called you up and was talking and basically getting at you about it. That's what he was saying to me on the phone, Malakba. And that, look, we was going to do our own thing, but we ain't coming against the elders because we learned this truth from the elders. That's what Malakba said to me on the phone. Then you come out with this. Then now you up on a video with this guy Baloo talking all kind of shit. Said, well, one of the brothers went back, and the guy who was the one that came back was the guy who was your cousin, by the way, Ayash, and he came back to the camp last Saturday, and he was talking with Elder Tahar on the side, and Elder Tahar told him, come back. Him and Malakba that they can come back. So we'll see if those two show up. You know what I'm saying? But you sitting up there talking shit about the men of the Most High, men that's out there that have been putting in work for years. These men got they got decades up under their belt out there teaching this word.
Yeah,
And go ahead, brother.
yeah, they done forsook their lives, forsook wives, forsook children, houses, their lives, their very lives for this truth, man. So they could go out and feed the elect.
And right, and they've been feeding the elect. A lot of it, this thing didn't really blow open until GMS went on YouTube in 2007. I don't give a fuck what none of you out there got to say, because Nate was actually out there before us. Nate was out there with videos out there in YouTube before us. We weren't even wasn't dealing with YouTube. And then in 2007, we decided to put some videos up there on YouTube. Elder Tahar was like, look, we're going to throw some stuff up on there. And then it just blew up. Wow. And a lot of you guys that's in the camp right now that came into the camp came in as a result of that. Now, Nate was out there. You guys wasn't watching Nate. And you wasn't checking for no General Yohana. There wasn't no General Yohana videos out then. Were there? No.
No comfy. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The Comfex and them, they was on the scene with that comfy bullshit back then. But it wasn't until GMS hit the scene in 2007 that this thing blew up, and all you guys came in throughout all of the different states. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about Nate, now Nate was out there, and some brothers used to watch him.
Yep.
But they wasn't getting edified or learning the scriptures the right way. So they'll tell you that they started watching Nate, and the Spirit led them to GMS, and their knowledge grew drastically.
Right, and you will watch Nate's video. Nate would have a video that would be 5 or 10 minutes long, and then he would lead you to his actual site where you could go and buy the breakdown. He was charging people.
Scam marks.
Yeah.
So he was charging people for them breakdowns. And then when we came on the scene, we just would put the whole video up there and for free.
That's pursuant to Isaiah 55 and 1 on down.
That's right. Pursuant to Isaiah 55 and 1 on down.
This knowledge should be free, man, because that's how the Lord gave it to us. So that's
freely
how
ye have received it, so freely give it.
Yep.
So we put everything out there. We put it all. We put the good, the bad, and the ugly out there. We don't deviate from anything. We put it all out there on the line.
The only way you have to pay for it is with your time, by studying,
And the scriptures require that you have to pay tithes. It says you have to give a tithes and an offering. And the tithes and the offering, it ain't for the Most High. It's for the men of the Most High that are out there teaching the work. That sacrifice their lives to go out there and teach this work, so that those men can be taken care of.
Yeah, we've been self-funded through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We've been self-funding ourselves for years, man.
That's right. Before many of you guys came in.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. You gotta say what you gotta say.
Sorry, brother. Sorry, Elder. It takes money to put gas in the car to go out to the camps, for maintenance on your cars, for whatever.
Get the train to come up here,
whatever. All that stuff takes money. Yep. Cameras. We go out and buy books. To further go in the Spirit and find out history and stuff like that. So all that stuff takes money. And that's what, through the Spirit of the Lord, that's what we use the money for.
That's right. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. But there were false prophets among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately or privily shall bring in damnable heresies.
Right, and that's you, Izar, and that guy Baloo. But you, Izar, because you were among us. Now you're bringing in a damnable heresy. And you got two guys to follow your ass out. But then those two guys supposedly are supposed to be coming back, so we'll see with that.
Yeah,
something?
Yeah, I got the real quick. I got the definition for the word heresy.
Okay, go ahead.
So it says opinion or doctrine at variance with the orthodox or accepted doctrine.
Right. So
variance.
you bringing in a heresy. You bring in something that's against the doctrine.
Yeah, this is not our doctrine. This is the doctrine that we learned through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, going back from the main school. It's the same thing that's been taught for decades, man.
So what it is that you feeling yourself.
Yeah.
And you get these guys who basically they become self-willed, and now they start doing their own thing, and then they start talking shit about the men that been out there. I'm not talking about no fucking HODC niggas, because where the fuck were those guys at? for the last 15 years or more. Where the hell were they at?
Where were they at after the year 2000?
Where were them niggas at after the year 2000? Now they popping up on the scene doing videos, talking, getting at getting at this guy, Johanna. When Tahar been getting at Johanna for the longest, telling you about how slimy and shiesty the guy is, and then they come out and all they did was confirm what Elder Tahar been telling you the whole time. That's what they did. Yep. Then they come out talking shit, so the brothers put fire under their ass. And nobody's dealing with them HODC niggas, man. Them are some old niggas from One West who dusted off their Bibles and jumped up on YouTube. Go ahead.
Who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them.
Even denying the Lord that bought them.
Yep, bought with a price.
That's right, because we were bought with a price. That price was the blood of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. Him going on the cross, giving his life.
That's right.
For the elect.
For the elect of Israel, not for all Israel, for the elect of Israel. Go ahead.
And bring upon themselves swift destruction.
And that's what's going to come upon you. Swift destruction is going to come upon you in the time when the Most High deems it. Swift destruction is going to come upon you, Izar. And it's going to come upon you too, Baloo.
Yeah, fat faggot.
You know? You sitting there, basically this dude been seduced with the Baloo doctrine. That's all that's going on with you, but that's good. You know, Baloo, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. Because basically you're gonna get the niggas that the Most High want up out of here. That's who you're gonna get. You're gonna get the guys that the Most High don't want up in here.
It's the sifting process.
It's the sifting process.
Amos.
That's it. The Lord said He's gonna sift the house of Israel like corn is sifted in the sea. And not the least grain shall fall to the earth. The garbage is gonna be gotten rid of. So Israel's being sifted right now. That's all that's going on. That was verse 3?
Verse 2, yep. And
Okay.
many shall follow their pernicious ways.
And that's what you're doing. You following your pernicious ways. That's what you're doing now. That's why you putting up them videos. Now you talking shit about the brother Elder Gabar. And then another thing, the reason why you so anal about fucking with and talking shit about Elder Gabar is because simply when you was up there in Boston, which I didn't know about that. Had we knew about what was going on up there in Boston with you and then you fled, basically you ran from Boston down to New York. You had a problem with them brothers up there in Boston. And then you came to New York. Then you became a part of the main camp. Now you got a problem with the main camp. And now you're out of the main camp and you're doing your own thing now. When you was up there in Boston, you was a demon when you was up there in Boston. And you left there because you didn't want to deal with the judgment. And basically because when there was a situation, them brothers would seek counsel with Elder Gabar. And when they were seeking counsel with him, they were getting righteous and wise counsel. The decision always went against you. That's why you so hell-bent on trying to destroy Elder Gabar and talking shit about the man. And you calling him white boy Gabar. At the camp, you ain't never say that shit to that man in his face. Because I was right there, and I was usually talking to you all the time at the camp on Saturday. You and the other two brothers. I usually was talking to you brothers at the camp. And you ain't never say that shit to that brother in his face. Now you calling the brother a white boy Gabar. Now, I'm going to just address that real quick. And we're going to jump back into the scripture. Because the brother has an Irish relative on his father's side, right? So you niggas you like one of them, you the same as them dumb fucking niggas, them bitch niggas on YouTube talking shit about the Israelite foreigners. Haven't we been through this before with the Israelite foreigner issue? Okay, haven't we been through this before? Now you got Irishmen up in all the different islands, up in Trinidad, up in Jamaica, throughout all them different islands, and out in Australia. And the reason for that being is because there was a devil you could look up by the name of Oliver Cromwell in England. And what it was they put the Irish on slave ships and sent them from Ireland and from England and sent them to Jamaica, Trinidad, and them different islands. And then sent a lot of them Irishmen on them slave ships out to Australia. That's where you get a guy like Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is not he's not a Australian native. He's actually an Irishman. His people go back to the Irish that were deported from Ireland and from Britain and sent over there through this guy named Oliver Cromwell. I don't know if the brother looked up Oliver Cromwell, but he was the main person that facilitated that situation. And that's how the Irish got into Jamaica and them different areas.